Bad boy cracking. Welcome back. Happy Friday, Destination Devy fam. This is the Terrible or Terrific Trade Show. Normally comes out Thursdays, but shit. It's here. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Here we go. And we got some good trades. I am live with the squad members, Destination Devy patrons, patreon.com/all gas. And I'm just going to say this. The comments are up. Some of these deals, I really hope you guys land on the side that I side with, because there were some terrible ones in here. So I'm hoping that you fell on the good side of this. I appreciate y'all watching. If this is your first time on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're listening in your car, your radio, subscribe to the podcast. I'm also now officially a member of the Roto Underworld Network, so I've got a show, The Future Cast, that drops every single Monday. Matt Kelly, the Podfather himself, and your boy GQ teaming up to bring you some more rookie Dynasty content. It's not going to be so much Devy related. That's sort of what I do with Destination Devy, talking about the Tank Bigsbys of the world, the Kendall Miltons, but it's going to really be focused on incoming 2021 prospects. But this show, we're talking trades. I'm trying to help, let's find some gauges, some guidelines for what the hell is going on in Dynasty. And we all know the big deal that went down yesterday with Le'Veon Bell signing with the Chiefs. So I was really hoping to see a lot of CEH deals, but this is through the course of the past week, so I'm sure we'll have a lot more of those to talk about next week. But we are going to kick this bad boy off right now with the trade that just happened like a few minutes ago. They dropped it in, got on the show sheet late, and I've been waiting to see some deals involving CeeDee Lamb, all right? So here we go right here. Let's pull it up. Boom! Damian Harris, Joe Mixon, James Washington for Austin Eckler and CeeDee Lamb. It's one QB, half-point PPR league. This is whoever gave up CeeDee Lamb and Austin Eckler. If you're a squad member, it's okay. We'll get you right the next time. Give me the CeeDee Lamb, Austin Eckler side, hands down. I just don't. Damian Harris, I'm not there with him, man. I get it. He had a whole bunch of carries, had over 100 yards. Damn near half of that came on one run. But the CeeDee Lambs, to be honest with you, I damn near would accept CeeDee Lamb for those three players straight up. Like, it's pretty close to that. But you throw in Austin Eckler, who his season ain't over. He's coming back. He's rehabbing. He's one of the most well-conditioned running back athletes in the league. And it looks like the squad member definitely got that side. So that is a terrific deal for you. I've been waiting to see some CeeDee Lamb trades. So there we go. I can't acquire him, man. I'm trying like hell to get CeeDee Lamb, and nobody's coming off of him. So good deal for you. That was awesome. That one wasn't even close, baby. Let's go to what I titled this next deal, CMC Big Boy Trade. CMC Big Boy Trade. And I'm live. I'm producing a show, and I know there was context involved in each one of these deals, and I'll try to find it. I'm just not going to be scrolling around, trying to find every little detail of the deal. I will try to say it's super flex, and if it's not, then I'm just going to fucking assume it's super flex, PPR kind of standard leagues. All right, so CMC Big Boy deal. What do we have here? All right, Christian McCaffrey. This player, this is one of my squad members, received CMC. He gave up T. Higgins, J.J. Taylor. At first, I thought this was Jonathan Taylor. I was like, damn, T. Higgins and Jonathan Taylor. T. Higgins, J.J. Taylor, a 2021 first, a 2021 second, and an additional 2 2021 first, a 2021 second, J.J. Taylor. We don't need to go there. And T. Higgins. To me, this was an easy accept. I hope you pressed the accept button. That was a good deal. I don't care what scoring format it is. I don't give a shit. It can be 3 points per reception or negative point per reception. I'm still taking CMC. I had this conversation with one of my boys in the home league, right? And if Gene's on here, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna call him out. I think people forget just how good CMC is because he hadn't played. I hope you haven't forgotten. But I'm getting deals like Chris Godwin and a 2022 first for Christian McCaffrey. Get the hell out of here. No. It's ridiculous, man. No, CMC is a stud. And I think Mike Davis what he did is he is going to take a little bit of Christian McCaffrey's 90% workload away. I still think he's going to be an 85% guy. My boy Ken is in that league too. Yeah, Gene is ski mask king, man. So good deal for the CMC owner. Whoever receives CMC, great deal for you. All right, let's pivot to Campus to Canton League. So talked about this. You've got a college roster. You've got an NFL roster. You draft a big-ass college roster. I'm talking about like 50 rounds of college players. And once those players are drafted or signed as free agents on an NFL team, they automatically transition to your team. So this is why I tell people you need to participate in Devy, because it's the best of both worlds. You have your NFL players. You have your NFL draft picks, but then you also have collegiate players and collegiate draft picks. So it's like 2 more layers of trading. So C2C League involving Nick Chubb, and this individual received Nick Chubb. He gave up David Montgomery, T. Higgins, Justin Jackson, Eric Gray, and Ethan Garbers, a quarterback. If you guys don't know who that is, Eric Gray, running back out of Tennessee. Justin Jackson, we know who that is, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. Montgomery and Higgins. For me, this one is Nick Chubb. I prefer the Nick Chubb side of this deal. I'm very high on Eric Gray. He is my 3rd ranked running back in the 2022 class. I think T. Higgins is a stud. Listen, if you got David Montgomery, in 2 years he may not. I can see him. What's so ironic about this situation is Jordan Howard played very well his first 2 years, and then we just saw them transition away from him. I can see David Montgomery trending on that Jordan Howard path. I really can. He's a guy to me. He's not special. I just think he's okay. I moved him in a league for Antonio Gibson and Brian Edwards and couldn't be more thrilled about that. The only pieces that I really think in this deal that kind of hurt giving up are Eric Gray and T. Higgins, but Gray is still 2 years away at best, or a year and a half away at best, right? Like, if he declares after the 2022 college football season, then we still probably have to wait for years of production. So Nick Chubb's not done for the season. I would prefer the Nick Chubb side. All right, L. Jax and DeAndre Hopkins in this next deal. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got Nuke Hopkins, Travis Kelce, and the 2 49ers quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo and Nick Mullins. And this individual sent Robert Griffin and Lamar Jackson. Now, I would like to see the settings in this one, and let's see if I can pull that up real quick. But right off of the bat, I definitely like if we're talking super flex, damn, this one is tough, man, because Kelce and Hopkins are league winners right now. If you've got Nuke, if you've got Kelce, that's definitely a win now move. I don't care what the scoring format, it's irrelevant what the scoring format is. Those are win now pieces. Garoppolo, I don't think he's very good, but in a super flex league, he is somebody that you can throw in there as your second quarterback. And key distinction, 2 QB and super flex are totally different. 2 QB, you ain't got no choice. You got to start 2. Jimmy Garoppolo is an ideal 2 quarterback, the second guy in a 2 quarterback league. Super flex, you don't have to start 2 QBs. Like, I'm in a league where I'll roll out 1 because I've got the talent to support that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not forced to start 2 quarterbacks. So in this deal, I do think I would prefer the Lamar Jackson side. Even though he's not having this historical type season that he had last year, which none of us should have expected that, I still believe I would take L-Jax. But if I were competing to win right now today, or if I had a team that could win this year and next year, I don't think the Kelce Nuke Hopkins side is that big of a deal. I thought this was a pretty solid trade for both sides. But again, I would prefer the Lamar Jackson side on this one. All right. Mahomes big boy trade. That's what the title of this one is. Let's see. Oh yeah. All right. So Patrick Mahomes for Sam Darnold, Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen, James Robinson, and 2 2022 seconds. It's a big boy deal. That's a big boy deal. And I'm going to assume, again, Superflex. Let's see if I can quickly find it. I'm I'm going to assume Superflex, and there'd be no reason to do that any other way. It is Superflex Dynasty. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to explain this one. So this individual received Mahomes. He has Tua. He's not challenging and will be in a position to draft either Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields next year, right? And then 9 other first-round picks over the course of 2 years. He already has CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Reagor, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel at wide receiver, J.K. Dobbins, Deandre Swift, and Antonio Gibson at running back. This sounds like my man did the Scott Barrett productive struggle approach. And let me tell y'all something. The next league that I join, I really shouldn't be saying this because some of the people that I'm in a league or about to be in a league with, I'm going to do the productive struggle approach. I love the look of some of these teams that just completely punted this season and have assets like, just again, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Reagor, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel at receiver. J.K. Dobbins, Swift, Gibson. He's going to draft Fields or Trevor Lawrence. And then he just received Patrick Mahomes. And my boy Boss said, I've never seen Mahomes get moved in a Superflex league ever. There you go. And there's another one. The other one is one quarterback league. But Superflex, listen, with that team, Jesus, Mahomes, Tua, and Fields or Lawrence? Yeah, man. See ya. I mean, Calvin Ridley's a stud. Keenan Allen's a stud. Darnold, James Robinson, I don't know. 2:20, 22 seconds. I'm a Debbie guy, and I really can't even tell you who the hell are going to be, who we're taking in the second round of the 2022 class. That's irrelevant to me right now. I don't care. Let me look at it. But give me Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's going to be rolling out Mahomes and Tua or benching Tua and starting Fields or Lawrence. Love it. This is a big boy deal. The other side, terrible. I wouldn't have given up Mahomes for this. Like, if I'm giving up Mahomes, I'm getting multiple, and he's got the draft capital. I am getting multiple 2021 first-round picks back if I move Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not getting Sam Darnold as my replacement quarterback. He would have had to come up off of Tua. He would have had to come up off one of them top picks. Hell of a deal for you, man. That was a terrific deal, and whoever you traded with, and his name is on here, please tell him to sign up, patreon.com/allgas, so he doesn't make that mistake again, because I would not do that. And in the chat, one of my boys, man, Ken says, Mahomes moved in our league after the MVP. Somebody traded Mahomes after he won the MVP. Superflex league, 12 teams, Superflex, heavy QB scoring. Moved Mahomes for, I believe it was Russell Wilson and Cooper Kupp. Okay. All right, so now we are going to turn our attention to Viska Shenault and T. Higgins, the centerpieces of this deal. And somebody received T. Higgins and Laviska Shenault, giving up Anthony Miller, Hunter Renfrow, a 2021 first and a 2021 second. Smash, home run. That's a terrific deal for the recipient of T. Higgins and Laviska Shenault. Laviska Shenault right now is a top 28 PPR receiver, and he hadn't even really scored a damn touchdown. Like, we can't even, he scored, what, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns? I mean, listen, man, T. Higgins and Shenault for Miller, Renfrow, a first and a second. That's a smash win. We don't even need to spend a lot of time on that one. That's a home run deal for the T. Higgins and Shenault owner. And if I had to say what are their upsides, and I'm just spitballing here. I'm just talking with y'all. These are just my thoughts. I think both of those guys are top 20 wide receivers in Dynasty at worst come next season, or, towards the end of next season. They develop in the top 20 Dynasty assets. Can I see them sneaking into the top 15, top 12? Absolutely, but there's still some studs there that we got to wait for them to transition out. But here's the reality of this shit, man. Some of our favorite stars of yesteryear, Father Time is undefeated. I know Julio Jones is a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's got less time in the game than he has more time in. I know Adam Thielen is playing very, very well this year. I mean, his days as that guy are less than there are more. So we've got to start really I know it doesn't feel right to say DK Metcalf is a top 5 Dino wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 Dynasty wide receiver. I know it feels like kind of weird to say that, kind of wrong, kind of premature. But if I had those guys, that's exactly how I'd be valuing them. That's how I'm valuing those players right now because Keenan Allen's still a stud. He's still relatively young, but these guys are getting older and you've got to start acquiring some of these younger players to get you ready for the inevitable transition. So let's go to this one, the Mike Evans upgrade deal. All right, so Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, a 2021 first and a 2023 first from Mike Evans. Terrific deal for the recipient of Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, a 2021 first and a 2023 first. That's good. That's good work. And I'm going to assume that the individual who received Mike Evans is in a compete right now. Like they're trying to win right now. That's the only way that I could even fathom giving up Justin Jefferson and T. Higgins at this point. Listen, somebody just posted highway robbery. And here's the thing, and Brandon makes a good point in the chat. He said, can you talk about getting your guy versus winning a deal? I've said this a million times. I think individuals who try to squeeze every single ounce of trade juice out of a deal, I don't like dealing with them, man. Like, I really don't like dealing with those people. Like, do you think you can throw in a 2021 fourth just to throw? No, I cannot. Here's the deal. Take it or fucking leave it. Like, I can't just throw that in, right? You don't have to. It's not about winning the deal. You do have to get your guy. If you're a Mike Evans truther and you're like, Mike Evans, 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons to start his career, one of the best all-time historical starts at the wide receiver position. I'm a believer. I don't care if he's in Tampa Bay. I don't care if he's in New York. I don't care where he's at. He's a stud. I believe in him. Go get your guy, man. Like, I'm not trying to, that is critical, right? Getting your guy over winning the deal. And sometimes for me, I don't mind a slight overpay. In order to get who I want, right? If there's a player that I believe in, I'll give you a little extra, but don't come nickel and diming me, man. Don't come nickel and diming me. But this one, and Ken said it in the chat, you're still competing with Jefferson this season, so there was no need. I agree. I mean, T. Higgins and Jefferson are good players, so I think that was a home run deal for that side. All right, we got a CEH, and I believe this came through right after the last episode. Clyde Edwards-Helaire JT deal. So this is pre-Le'Veon Bell signing. So let's see what we got here. Jonathan Taylor, and someone received JT in a 2021 first for CEH in a 2021 third. I mean, Taylor in the first. And I know, and this is beyond Le'Veon Bell. Let's take him out of the equation. Give me JT, arguably the RB1 or RB2 in the class, and a 2021 first for the RB1 or RB2 in the class and a 2021 third. That's a smash accept. Like, smash. And I'm assuming that this individual just truly believed in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He got his guy, right? I would not. If I'm trading CEH for JT, it's damn near about to be an even swap, or we're doing something else with some receivers on the back end. Me personally, I don't really like making lateral moves like this. To me, this is a lateral move, and I talked about this a little bit last night on the emergency live stream. I do think there's a ton of overreaction to CEH because of Le'Veon Bell. I really do. He's played at his absolute floor so far, absolute floor. And I don't care what fantasy analyst is out there, me included, none of us know what the hell is going to go on that Chiefs backfield. Is just as likely as we think that Le'Veon Bell takes all this work away from CEH, it's a very real possibility that he only touches the ball 5 or 6 times a game as well. That range of outcomes is also, it's also within that range of outcomes for that Chiefs offense. I think people just need to chill the hell out with that. But in this deal, no doubt, JT and the 2021 first for CEH, that's a smash deal. All right, we got one involving Miles Sanders. So this individual receives Robert Tonyan, J.K. Dobbins, a 2021 third, and he sent Miles Sanders. Man. This one, I would really need to see. I know I said it doesn't matter the scoring settings, right? I'll just make up my own as we do this. But I would like to kind of know the rationale behind that. I, too, had been a little slow to warm up to the Miles Sanders train. I did, all right? So it's super flex tight end premium, and he did give up Miles Sanders in this deal. I don't hate it. I think Dobbins, again, we're not going to see Dobbins unleashed until next year. When he's played in spurts, which blows my mind that they still want to give us Gus Edwards all this work over J.K. Dobbins, and Mark Ingram just doesn't look the same anymore. He's an older running back. When J.K. Dobbins plays, he's going to look light years better than the running backs that are currently receiving carries in Baltimore's offense. If I'm rebuilding, thinking about the future, I'd probably prefer the Tonyan Dobbins 2021 third side. I don't think this is a bad deal. I think this is a fair deal on both sides. I think this is a fair deal. I won't call it terrific, and I'm not going to call it terrible. I just think it's a solid deal. Like, this is the deal that when it goes through your league, there's like no comments. Like, the deals that you know are like either lopsided one way or the other, or when it comes through and your league mates are like, WTF, what just happened? Oh my God, did you see that? This one comes through, nobody bats an eye. They continue on their chat. They're just like, all right, you got Dobbins and Tonyan. You gave up Miles Sanders. I think this was a fair deal. All right, I want to talk about this one, and I've got one that I'm going to talk about that I made involving one of these players here. So, Damian Harris, Justin Jefferson, Cam Akers, 2 2021 second-round picks for Calvin Ridley and Justin Herbert. And I want to see the settings on this one. So this is super flex, tight end premium, tiered PPR, 6 point per passing, touchdown. All right. So the running backs get half a point of reception, receivers getting a full point of reception. Depends. I'd want to see what the quarterback situation was like. I'd really want to see what the individual who gave up Herbert, what that QB situation is like. I think Justin Jefferson and Cam Akers cancel out Calvin Ridley. And even if you want to take it a step further and say, no, not really, Ray, within Damian Harris, Justin Jefferson, Cam Akers, and a second at least cancel out Calvin Ridley. I mean, I don't think I'd give up Jefferson and Akers for Ridley straight up anyway. So Damian Harris and 2 2021 seconds for Justin Herbert. I just want to see what that quarterback situation was like, because I'm on it. I mean, I'm riding, baby. I got a newspaper up. I got a long ass cigarette in my mouth, and I'm on the Justin Herbert train. I am on it. I'm talking about the Cruella de Vil cigarette. I got that. It's just hanging off my lip. I'm on the Herbert train. I made a deal for Herbert this week. I traded Nick Chubb, Raheem Mostert, and I think a 2021 second for Justin Herbert, Tyler Boyd, and Mike Davis in a tiered 2-point premium tight end per reception league. I needed the quarterback. Lost Dak Prescott. Those are two deals I made. Lost Dak Prescott. I acquired Ryan Tannehill for a 2022 first, and I required Justin Herbert this week for Nick Chubb, Raheem Mostert, and a 2021 second. Got Herbert, Boyd, and Mike Davis. I'm a CMC owner. So I am on the Herbert train. And in that league, I have 0 picks in the 2021 draft. 0. So Justin Herbert, for me, giving up those players, he's my first-round pick next year because I needed a quarterback. So I'm on the Herbert train. I like this deal for Jefferson, Akers in the 2 seconds, but I'd really want to see what your quarterback situation was like. This one is close. This one is close because I'm such a Herbert fan, and it's super flex. I'd probably take Herbert. I'd probably take the Herbert side. I just switched it up. I'd probably take the Herbert side on that one. All right, I got one more I want to dive into real quick, and I just labeled this one Patrick Mahomes Highway Robbery. Patrick Mahomes Highway Robbery, and let me get the settings up on this one real quick because I believe this one is... All right, folks. I said it was one quarterback, but it's not. It's super flex. And if you thought that the last Patrick Mahomes, and I saw Boss say I've never seen Mahomes move in the super flex league, I think this one is even more egregious. I think this one is even more egregious. I'm calling it highway robbery. Patrick Mahomes for Baker Mayfield, Michael Gallup, Gardner Minshew, and a 2021 second. Yeah. For me, Minshew, we'll see. I think he's played well this year. I think he's played well. I think he's played well enough to get an opportunity to be the long-term starter, but that remains to be seen. Once they clean house, that remains to be seen. Baker Mayfield, he's a top tier for the 2 QB or the bottom of the bottom tier for starting quarterbacks, the top 12. I'd honestly probably take Justin Herbert over Baker Mayfield right now. I'd take Herbert over both of these quarterbacks. So to upgrade Baker and Minshew for Mahomes, and you just really gave up Gallup, who, like Gallup, he's the third option. He's the third option in Dallas. When he gets to, he's going to be good somewhere else. But right now, this is a deal. I've told everybody in the squad. When you see stuff like this come across your screen, you don't come ask me. You don't come say, hey, Ray, should I accept? You hurry up and accept this, and then you come back and say, this is what I did. This is an auto accept. In a super flex league, 6 point per passing TD, 12-team league, highway robbery, man. This was highway robbery. There is no, if I saw this hit my inbox, I mean, my pants are tight. They're tight. They're tight. They're going to be tight all day. All day. I'm just walking around with tight-ass sweatpants all day. I don't care who sees it. I don't give a shit. My pants are tight. I'm smiling and laughing to the bank because this folks, is robbery. And there were a couple of other deals that were made. Some of them, they were too big. There was too much going on. This one, I didn't pull it up, but real quick, they sent Saquon Barkley and received a 2021 first, a 2022 first, a 2022 first, two 2021 first, two 2022 first, and a 2022 second. So 2 first in next year's draft, 2 first in the year after's draft, and a second round pick in 2022, and sent Saquon Barkley. Okay. I mean, that's a lot of draft capital for Saquon. I mean, if you're going to move him, then that's what you got to move him for. 2 2021 first, 2 2022 first, and a 2022 second. It's a lot of draft capital. It's a lot of draft capital for Saquon Barkley. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It depends on where those first were. If we're talking about one of those are top 3, another one is in the middle, I'll probably take the picks. That's a lot of draft capital for Saquon. So this is an exercise to gauge value. You have to be continuously upgrading your dynasty rosters 24/7. My go-get player advice this week, I'd be trying to trade for Clyde Edwards-Helaire this week. If there are league mates out there that are still worried about, long-term stability at the quarterback position, I think Justin Herbert, them being on a bye, provides you an opportunity to go get Justin Herbert across your dynasty leagues. And I also believe that Mike Davis is a sneaky dynasty buy. With CMC on his way back eventually, people think that Davis is going to be relegated to the bench, which he will, but he's still young enough to maybe go get a smaller deal somewhere else. I think Mike Davis is quite talented, to be honest with you. I think he's a talented player. I'd be going to get Mike Davis. Hollywood Brown is another player that I would be trying to acquire. I think a lot of people are a little bit down on the Baltimore offense. Antonio Gibson, Deandre Swift. I've seen a lot of chatter in the Discord about Swift and coming off of the bye. Maybe Detroit decides to feature him a little bit more. So Deandre Swift would be a player that I would be trying to acquire. And I'm going to say it, man. I didn't believe in it. I did not believe in it, but Ryan Tannehill is good. Ryan Tannehill is good, and I understand the Gase effect, but Tannehill, I do believe he's still acquirable in some super flex leagues, so I'd be trying to get him. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I appreciate you joining me early on Friday. I'm going to get this loaded on the podcast so people can listen to it on the car. Appreciate y'all checking me out on YouTube. If you want to be a part of the best Devy Dynasty community on the planet, patreon.com/allgas. If you want more access to me, that's where I'm at. If you're asking me questions on Twitter, I'm not going to answer you on Twitter because I answer my boys in here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all have a fantastic Friday. Be blessed. Stay motivated, hustle, be great, all that good stuff. I'm out. Peace.